Okay, so take your books on the page number 176, chapter 13. Why do we fall ill? When we do this exercise, we realize that health and disease in human communities are very complex issues. Means when we do a lot of work, we get tired. Or when we keep on working continuously, then also we need some more rest. Because our body is also like a machine and it helps in building up the energy cells in the form of ATPs. And when there is a lack of energy, we feel tired and we need rest. So, if we read the activity 13.1, we will come to know about it. We have all heard of the earthquakes in Ladakh, Bhuj, Kashmir, etc., or the cyclones that lashed the coastal regions. Think of as many different ways as possible. Think of as many different ways as possible in which people's health would be affected. If there is change in the temperature, changes in temperature, climate, surroundings, okay, or by the action of any microbes or pathogens. These factors can make us ill. So in this chapter we will talk about this only, okay? So we will start from the heading Health and its failure. The significance of health. What is the significance? What do you mean by significance? Significance means importance. How will you define the health? Okay? How it gets failure? Behind the failure of the health, these may be the reasons. And one more reason we can take, like nutrients. Nutrients are taken by the process of nutrition. If they are infected, they are having germs, they can make us also ill. Okay, now so this one more reason is included. Whatever the nutrients you are taking, that can also affect your health. We have heard the word health used quite frequently. We use it ourselves as well. When we say things like, my grandmother's health is not good, our teachers use it when they scold us saying, this is not a healthy attitude. What does the word health mean? If we think about it, we realize that it always implies the idea of being well. So, what does the word health mean? The word health means the idea of being well. The idea of being well, that is what is the meaning of the word health. If you are not having any problems like diabetes, blood pressure, or increased fat, or not any problem in breathing, or any infections or allergies, then we can call that person as a healthy person. Okay? For our grandmothers, being able to go out to the market or to visit neighbors is being well. Suppose if your grandmother is able to go to the market, she is able to walk, being old also, then she is a healthy lady. Correct. But if she is not able to go, then we will say that she is not healthy, she is not fit, or she is suffering from any disease or infection, or in simple words we can say that she is unhealthy. But if your grandmother is able to go to the market, visit neighbors, she can do all the other work also efficiently, then it means she is living a healthy life. But if she is having problem in walking, growing or doing some work or doing something, then we can say that she is unhealthy. Okay, this is what the meaning of the word health. Health is therefore a state of being well enough to function well physically, mentally, and socially. So, if a person he is working physically, mentally, and socially well, then he is a healthy person. Personal and community issues both matter for health. If health means a state of physical, mental, and social well being, it cannot be something that each one of us can achieve entirely on our own. The health of all organisms will depend on their surroundings or the environment. As I told you, the surroundings or the environment means the habitat. Surroundings or environment means the habitat in which you are living. The health of all organisms will depend on their surroundings or their environment. The environment includes the physical environment. For example, health is at risk in a cyclone in many ways. So, as I told you, if there are changes in the temperature or climate or in your surroundings, this can lead to your health. This can make you unhealthy, sick, or ill. Like as you have noticed, as the winter came, we started to suffer from a common disease so-called cough and cold. And at the winter time only we can see this thing. Why? Because it is because of the change in the climatic conditions and the weather, due to which we get this infection and this common disease called common cold. This spreads among the person. So we must be careful nowadays. Human beings live in societies. Our society or the social environment, therefore, is an important factor in our individual health. Individual means particular one person's health. We live in villages, towns, or cities. In such places, even our physical environment is decided by our social environment. Consider what would happen if no agency is ensuring that garbage is collected. Suppose a lot of garbage is collected and there is no place to throw it. So what will happen? It will this garbage which is getting produced. What will happen? The garbage which is getting produced, it will make your environment polluted because of the presence of chemicals and toxic elements present in it. What happened? Any question? No. So what happens? If a lot of garbage is being collected and it is not disposed properly, it will pollute the environment. And this will become one of the reasons for the spreading of the diseases. And if the diseases are spread, or the microbes, or the germs, or the pathogens, when they carry these harmful bacteria with them and spread among the person, then the person becomes unhealthy. Okay? So our society also is responsible for this. If we are not disposing of the waste properly or not keeping the surroundings clean, so what will happen? We can get infected, sick, or ill. So, if there is a great deal of garbage thrown in our streets, or if there is open drainage water lying stagnant means एक जगह भरा हुआ, रुका हुआ. So what will happen? Mosquitoes will breed in that water and they will spread the diseases like malaria and dengue. So if there is a great deal of garbage thrown in our streets, or if there is open drain, water lying stagnant around where we live, the possibility of poor health increases. Therefore, public cleanliness is important for individual health. What is important? Public cleanliness is important. If public cleanliness is not there, then surely the diseases will spread. Correct now? If we are keeping our environments polluted, dirty, if we are throwing the garbage not to a particular place or in a dustbin but spreading it in our environment, what will happen? It will pollute it. If the dirty water, the drainage system through which the water comes from our houses, it is collected at a particular place, then what will happen? A number of mosquitoes will breed there, a number of flies will breed there, and they will bring the microbes that will make you ill, as like female mosquito Aedes Anopheles. They carry the microbes which cause disease or make you affected by malaria or dengue. So this is very important to keep our surroundings clean. Public cleanliness is important for individuals' health. We need food to be healthy. Yes, food is like a fuel. We need it. We need food to be healthy. And this food will have to be earned by doing work. And if you are not healthy, then how you will work and earn the food? For this opportunity to do work has to be available. We need to be happy in order to be truly healthy. If you want to be healthy, then you need to be truly happy. And if we mistreat each other and are afraid of each other, we cannot be happy or healthy. Social equality and harmony. What is important? Social equality and harmony. Social equality means all the persons are equal. All should be treated equally. Correct? No differences or partialities between them. Or law, not like untouchability. If we are not touching them because of the low caste or high caste, like that. If we do so, like this, we spread dissimilarities between us. And what happens? This led to the communication gap or the distance gap, and we get infected by some diseases. We think that person can cause diseases. Correct, but it is not like that because diseases are categorized as communicable diseases and non-communicable diseases. Like cough and cold, this can be spreaded because it is communicable. It can spread through direct or indirect contact. But if we talk about non-communicable diseases, like if you are having fever, if you are having malaria or dengue or typhoid, these diseases will not get transmitted to the other person's body. Why? Because these are not communicable diseases. So there should be equality and harmony in the society. And this can be done on the basis of your knowledge only. If you don't know about that thing, then how you will cooperate or how you will work or how you will manage. Okay. So we need to be happy in order to truly healthy, and if we mistreat each other and are afraid of each other, we cannot be happy or healthy. Social equality and harmony are therefore necessary for individual health. We can think of many other such examples of connections between community issues and individual health. Distinctions between healthy and disease free. We will talk about what are the differences. Distinctions means differences between healthy and disease free. If this is what we mean by health, what do we mean by disease? Disease means that can make us ill, that will make us unhealthy, that will make us weak. Correct? Now? If we want to go to play, we cannot go because our body says that we are not having so much energy for doing that. Wow! It means you are infected by some disease. But if you are being active, not lazy, not idle, then it is good. You are a healthy person. As we talked before this. The word is actually self-explanatory. We can think of it as disease, disturbed ease. How we can see? We can see disease it is self-explanatory because the word disease we can see it as disturbed ease. Ease means easy. Means the work which we were doing before easy. Now we have problem in doing that work and we are not doing it with ease. Means easily we are not able to do it. We are having some more disturbance. That is the meaning of disturb. It means that is what? That is a disease. Clear? So the word is self-explanatory. Disturb is when the problem comes in your comfort or anything other or doing any work. Then you are suffering or infected by any disease. And these diseases may be caused by the microbes or the infections that may spread from one person to another. We talk of disease when we can find a specific and particular cause for discomfort. This does not mean that we have to know the absolute final cause. We can say that someone is suffering from diarrhea without knowing exactly what has caused the loose motions because symptoms decide by which disease you are suffering. What will decide? Symptoms of the disease that will decide and further testings made by the doctor that will decide that by which disease you are suffering. Again, so we can now easily see that it is possible to be in poor health without actually suffering from a particular disease. Sometimes it happens that if you are not having any disease also, then also the person is not healthy. But this may be the lack of nutrients and some may be having this problem by birth also. And this problem arises due to the malnutrition as we have read in our previous classes. We can now easily see that it is possible to be in poor health without actually suffering from a particular disease. Simply not being diseased is not the same as being healthy. Good health for a dancer may mean being able to stretch his body into difficult but graceful positions. On the other hand, good health for a musician may be having enough breathing capacity in his or her lungs to control the notes from his or her flute. So the meaning for the healthy being may be different for the different person as we talk about the musician or the dancer. To have the opportunity to realize the unique potential in all of us is also necessary for real health. So we can be in poor health without there being a simple cause in the form of an identifiable disease. This is the reason why when we think about health, we think about societies and communities. On the other hand, when we think about disease, we think about individual sufferers. Next, we have to talk about disease and its causes. And before that, there are some questions that you will do in today's homework. Probably try to send the images if the work is done. Because I have not seen your notes for a very long time, and probably this will be completed. Because your exams are going to be started soon. State any two conditions essential for being in good health. What are the two conditions? Public cleanliness. Very first. Second one, social equality and harmony. These are the two things. If it is there, you will be living in a healthy society. If your environment is clean. But if you are throwing dust, that wastage or the garbage in your environment, water is stagnant in your environment, then you are living in unhealthy conditions and you will also become unhealthy. Okay? State any two conditions essential for being free of disease. If you are able to do all the work properly, if you are being hygienic, you are taking seasonal foods, and you are also doing some exercises, then you will be disease free. Correct? But if you are using the things or consuming the things that have bacteria in them or some microbes that can make you ill, because sometimes when we eat the food of market or the other place, we get it. Why? Because that may be not covered properly, so the flies will sit on them. First, they are sitting on the garbage, and when they sit on the same food which you are going to take from the market, so they will enter your body. What will happen? You will become ill. we should be keeping in mind very clear thing about the cleanliness and the things which we are consuming, are they safe or not? Okay. Third one, are the answers to the above questions necessarily the same or different or why? Yeah, some of the points are similar and which are not similar, that for that you have to give the reason. Okay. Next is disease and its causes. What does disease look like? Disease कैसी दिखती है? What does a disease look like? Let us now think a little more about diseases. In the first place, how do we know that there is a disease? When we are being unhealthy, we feel laziness or some other symptoms, then we can say that we are suffering from any disease. In other words, how do we know that there is something wrong with the body? Suppose if anybody says, please go and bring this thing, and you think that no, my body is not having some energy, so I can go and do that work. And when some of your friends are playing, and they say, come let's play, and you say, no, I cannot play, I'm feeling tired or somewhat not well. So this means that you are having some disease, it may be a fever, it may be a viral infection. Okay? There are many tissues in the body, as we have seen in the chapter 6, like the epithelial tissue, striated tissues, columnar, so many tissues are there. Muscle tissue, nervous tissue, and we read about them also. And I think so, that are all present in your mind. If you forget, you go through that chapter once more, tissue, chapter 6. So you will come to know about all the tissues which are mentioned there. Muscular tissue and responsible, muscular tissue and nervous tissue. Both are responsible for the movements in our body. These tissues make up biological systems or organ systems that carry out body functions. Each of the organ system has specific organs as its part. Like respiratory system, organs are what? Nose, nostrils, lungs. Correct? Each of the organ has specific organs as its parts and it has particular function. Like what is the function of lungs? It helps in breathing and breathing out, taking in of oxygen and giving out of carbon dioxide. And if we talk about the function of stomach, it helps in the digestion of food. So all that specific organs, they are performing specific functions. So the digestive system has the stomach and the intestines and it helps to digest food taken it from outside the body. The musculoskeletal system, which is made up of bones and muscles, holds the body parts together and helps the body move. But when there is a disease, either the functioning of one or more systems of the body will change for the worse and they will not function properly. And if they are not functioning properly, your body will also not work properly. These changes give rise to symptoms and signs of disease.